Go, go, go. They call me the GOAT, but I might be a ghost. Whenever I look around, I can see what I want. The money, attention, and wealth for the family. I know what I want. You cheating the game, you're not up for the challenge. Go, go, go. They call me the GOAT, but I might be a ghost. Whenever I look around, I can see what I want. The money, attention, and wealth for the family. I know what I want. You cheating the game, you're not up for the challenge. I'm the realest. Yeah, I see what I want and I get it. You be capping for the crowd, you switching. Ain't no switching back. Had the boss up, you can call me triple threat. I be killing every show and get it before the check. I ain't tired yet. Overlapping like I used to run a track. Special, no, I don't even break a sweat. I'm as lethal as and all this really get. I remember Granny cooking fish and grits. When she gave us knowledge, she made sure and stick. Now we cooking in the stew, talking about this. I'm all over the world. People be sleep so they quite don't know it yet. Yeah, we ready for war. Anyone standing no way and it's over. I'ma wake 'em up, let me wake 'em up. You will see what I'm about, I ain't one of them. Used to sleep on the floor, head below the rim. Now I'm dunking on like Shaq and them. I be feeling for people, no sympathy. When they see me with check, they be sensitive. I don't fall in the trap, I be flipping it, make it look easy. My feet up, I'm kicking it over and over. They repeating my, they liking it, but they showing the love, they be trifling. All I'm seeing is red like lightning. Over and over, straight heat the beat. Oh, you rappers for real ain't touching me. It's a banger whenever I'm walking in. They call me the GOAT, but I might be a ghost. Whenever I look around, I can see what I want. The money, attention, and wealth for the family. I know what I want. You cheating the game, you're not up for the challenge. Go. They call me the GOAT, but I might be a ghost. Whenever I look around, I can see what I want. The money, attention, and wealth for the family. I know what I want. You cheating the game, you're not up for the challenge. They call me the GOAT, but I might be a ghost.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Tuesday. Listen, it's getting close. Huh? Y'all already started prepping your food. I hope you did. It is Thanksgiving coming up, and we want to wish you all from PhD U Sports to all of you at home. Happy Thanksgiving ahead of time. If I don't tell you later, you know me, I'll pop in some kind of way. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk to Me Tuesday. I'll be your host, PhD U Sports very own. They call me the professor, aka the Skybox Bully. What's happening, everybody? Kids are out of school officially. All right. We just had the Super Bowl happen down here in the state of South Carolina. Skyfa, where the big boys play. It went down. It went down in a major way. And what a game, what a game, what a game. I know about all the controversy all week and all that. You wanted to see this team. This team ended up playing. Man, what can you say about that game, man? Heck of a game. Fort Dorchester, man, coming in, proving why they are national champions. Just balling out and doing what they got to do. We'll talk about that later on. We'll talk about how those games went down. But it's Talk to Me Tuesday. So we had a subject get brought to us, and we want to sit down and talk and introduce you guys to some new faces in the crowd, some you've seen before. Conversations I've had with of these both of these sport lovers, all right, for the game, passion for the game. Everything is there. All right, you guys know I do my little bit of due diligence. So of course I've had conversations with both of them, and oh my goodness, wait till you meet them. Wait till you meet them. We're going to talk to them here just momentarily. First, let me bring, of course, it's ladies first, as always around here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring to the stage none other than Miss Monica White. What's going on, Miss Monica? How you doing? Hold on. How come I can't hear you?
That's
Uh-oh.
me. That's
There
me.
you
I got
go.
you.
There you go. How you doing, Miss Monica?
I'm good. How are you, Professor?
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, Monica White is the director for none other than 706, who I just had the pleasure of seeing again just a couple of weeks ago for playoffs. The 8U look tough. Don't get me wrong. But those big boys, those 12s,
Yeah.
ooh-wee. That was a game.
Yeah.
That was a game. That was a game. And 15 hours, Monica. 15
Yes.
hours. We have that is the
Yep.
longest
It was a
string of
shift.
that was the longest string of youth football I've ever did in a long, long time. I'm telling you. in a long, long time. But we thank you for being on. And also, you brought to my attention some stuff going on the Gridiron Classic. So, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to do it just like this on the ones and twos. Let me bring in none other than Mr. Ratcliffe in the building. Ratcliffe Thomas in the house. Ratcliffe, how you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm good. How everybody doing? Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. We've been hearing the buzz. Gridiron Classic, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know
Mhm.
already, is now going into its third year. Third year. Radcliffe with it's still fresh. It's still some things that I'm pretty sure that you've worked out, right? No all-star, no showcases ever 100% not having any issues. With working on year three, let's get straight to the questions. With working on year three, what did you do in year one that you know that you've changed and gotten better in?
Well, first and foremost, year one, we only had two regions. We had
Okay.
North and South. We up here in the DMV, we split the bridge. The bridge down the middle. We
Correct.
had Virginia against Maryland and DC, and we only had about 200 some kids for that
Right.
first event. So compared to year three, we got five regions, and we're expecting about 1,100 kids.
My
So
goodness.
the magnitude of it is a little different.
Yeah.
And like you said, we've learned throughout the years, steps along the way to make the event the best experience we can for our athletes.
There you go. I love it. So you're speaking about the regions. Now we know that there's five different regions. We do have North, the East, the South, the Southeast, and the West. Um, Tapping into all these regions now with 1,100 kids coming into year number three, it gets a little bit tricky at times, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the good thing about it, going into different areas, some areas I personally might not know people. I
Right.
got good people like Miss Monica White. She's our South Region coordinator. So she has the connections to all the good football programs, all the good coaches that can, draw in the good talented kids. So
Right.
in every region has its own director. I mean, I'm sorry, has its own coordinator that knows the area, knows the land, knows the people, know how to draw the kids in, and so we make sure that we're collecting the best talent in their region.
There you go. Well, speaking of that region, Monica, you're here in the South region. What are we looking for with Gridiron year number three? What are you looking for in the South region?
We're looking for coachable athletes, all-star athletes, but we're also looking for coachable coaches to lead these all-stars. It's very important. Coach Ratcliffe has put out to everybody that we get the best coaches at every level possible so that we can be competitive, the South region versus everybody else. So we really want to make sure that we've got committed athletes, that they commit to the process. That is the DMV Gridiron Classic, and the coaches also agree to commit to the process of giving these athletes opportunities to shine in their skill positions.
Okay. Now, you know how it is down here in the South, and especially with the low country, Monica, you're close enough to tap in to some of the low country action because you guys are right there on
Mhm.
the border. But when it comes to coaches, coaches around here, I don't say that they have. I wouldn't say that they have egos, so to speak, but they will. Some of them have those followers. Some will have those kids that'll go play with them. That's a tug of war sometimes getting that player to come play with another coach that may not be with him during the regular season. What's your plan of attack on something like that?
You want me to answer it, Monica? I can. Sure.
You go ahead.
So,
Go ahead, Coach.
as you spoke, Professor, you're
Yeah,
gonna you're gonna have coaches that have egos. I mean, everybody does, and kids are gonna want to play for certain coaches,
right.
and they get in the mindset of that's my kid. I don't want other coaches coaching them, things like that.
There you
But
go.
so here with the Gridiron Classic, we don't want coaches with that mindset. We want coaches that are really here for the kids, not just their kids, but all the kids in their region,
Right.
right? So if a coach think somebody's going to take their kid, they should jump on the staff as well. They
Right.
they should jump on the staff as well, because we want the best coaches. And you, with your ego, you may not be the best coach. You know what I mean? So, but
That's true.
having the mindset of letting the kids go out and experience things, experience other coaches, that's like next level thinking. That's what our program is about, preparing these kids for high school, preparing them for college, and they're going to be coached by different people. Coaches were not babysitters, right?
Right.
So just having men coaches, all-star coaches that come in with the right mindset of treating everybody equally, regardless if it's their kids, a kid from another organization, giving everybody a fair opportunity and a fair shot. That's what we're looking for. And we've had programs in the past that, oh, we're not going to do all-star games. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. So as we've been going, the parents find out, the kids see what's going on, and now those kids are knocking on the door, and they want to be a part of it. And now the coach have no choice but to either be part of it or just watch. I mean, so we're just here to provide an opportunity to bring a competitive East Coast All-Star game.
Yeah.
Right. Like our goal is not to send out 1,000 emails and the first 25 kids that sign up, that's the South region or that's the North region. That's not our goal. We're actually committed and putting in the work, right? Like in the South region, like we spoke about before we got on, we're coming down to right outside of Columbia, to Camden, South Carolina, and we're holding trials. We're going to Charlotte, North Carolina at Johnson C. Smith University and holding trials. So we're giving kids the opportunity to come in and show what they got, and they're going to compete for a position. We only have a certain amount of positions. It's only going to be 30 kids on each roster, and they're going to be slated at a position offensively or defensively. So we try to avoid all those hiccups of, having kids just sign on and they're not playing, right?
Right.
Every kid is going to start a position because they're going to earn that position. So that's our goal, to bring in, like-minded coaches. And sometimes you go to areas and coaches are hesitant to get aboard. But once they realize what it is, they see what it is, they see the videos, they see our beautiful facilities that we have our things at, and all the things that the kids get and all the opportunities and the platform we provide, they'll be on board.
I think that's that, and I hear everything you're saying, and you're right. You can only take on but so many coaches. So I think I would almost more or less say this for an individual based person. If you want to go out there, you want to get better, you're not trying to change orgs, but this might be something for you. Then you need to go back, do your history. Gridiron Classic, year number 3 is coming here soon. Don't forget, and he just mentioned one of the things that we had. We talked about tryouts. Tryouts are coming 7U to 13U here to Camden, South Carolina, and Charlotte. All right, you want to find out the dates and everything? Make sure you go like, share, follow Gridiron Classic. All right, and see what it's all about, and see when exactly they're coming down. You guys seen some of the posts we put up, we've shared, the information's out there. Questions, comments, concerns, you can of course get with Coach Ratcliffe and or Miss Monica White for all your information. Marvin Wright, big props out to the boss lady and director from Monk's Corner, Berkeley Sachs. All right, yeah, Lucretia, of course, we got to give shout out.
I think, Professor, Monica locked in her trial dates already. You got them, and location. You got them already, Miss Monica?
Yeah, so it's January 25th. We'll be at the Camden Sports Complex.
All right.
From 12 to 3.
Yep.
And Ratcliffe, you got to help me out with Johnson C. Smith's time. They're the 26th.
I think they're 1 to 4. So we're just making sure that all athletes know, and when you come out, make sure you come out about an hour early from your scheduled time, because we're actually going to have the kids fit in their uniforms at that time. We're going to make
Okay.
sure that, when they come there, their uniforms fit, they're sharp. We're going to have sweatsuits for the kids to try on and different stuff like that. So just got an amazing event, man, amazing event planned. And we just excited and can't wait. I'll give you, if we got time, Professor, I'll give you a
Yeah.
little bit more information on the event. So the event is actually going to be April 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Virginia Beach Sports Complex in Virginia Beach, Virginia. That's going to be a Friday. Check-ins. They're going to have practices. We do a dope mom flag football game, and with the DJ, all the things in the stadium, and have a good time. And then Saturday we jump into the games. Every team from every region, we have a total of 35 teams.
Right.
Each team will play 2 games on Saturday for pool play, right? So we'll be
Yeah.
playing starting at 9 o'clock Saturday morning and play all day in the stadium in that Princess Anne complex right across the street from the stadium, which has 4 beautiful turf fields that we'll be playing games. Now, after the games on Saturday, we'll reseed the teams. Teams 1 and 2 will play in the championship in Virginia Beach Complex in the stadium. Teams 3 and 4 will play at Bayside High School, another beautiful facility that we got for the third place medal. So we just excited, man, and we're trying to up the level of competition, right?
Right.
The first year was good. Last year it was super competitive. I think now this year, the way we structured the blueprint, that the competition is going to be great, because in the East, we're going to the University of Maryland for trials. So everybody up here in the DMV, they're excited about that. Up north, we're going to Philadelphia and we're going to Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh will be at the University of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So yeah, people in those areas are excited. They're getting the word out, and we're gonna draw some of the best athletes, the best athletes around. And if you think you have a dog, you say my kid's a dog, a kid on my team's a dog, this is where you really find out if they're dogs, because they're going to be playing against dogs from all across. I say the East Coast, but we're dipping our toes into Texas, Kentucky. We had kids from Ohio last year. So all that West area is pretty strong. They got a lot of area to cover out there. So they're going to be a strong region as well.
There you go. There you go. I like that. Everybody's getting a dose of the game, the gridiron, so to speak. No pun intended. What does the gridiron provide different from any other? You guys are an all-star team. So when we think about all-stars, everybody gets a little nervous because maybe their kid gets picked. It's a tryout. You have to come out there. What do you provide different than any other all-star event?
So Professor, I'm glad you asked that. Right. First of all, let me say this. All the other all-star games out there, I'm for you. I'm rooting for you, because any platform that provides an opportunity for our kids to play football, the sport that they love, stay out of trouble, and work towards their dream, I'm rooting for you. But I'm gonna say we're different. We're different because of my individual experience. I had the opportunity in '99 to play in the Pro Bowl. So I went to Hawaii and I experienced a Pro Bowl. I've been to numerous NBA All-Star games. So we sort of combined the Pro Bowl and the All-Star weekend. So Gridiron Classic All-Star weekend. So we're gonna make the kids feel like a professional from the moment they walk in the door, from everything they get, from their player cards, from the Under Armour sponsored bags and equipment, and our giveaways and our GIC bling and all those type things. So that's just the logistics of it. As far as from a player and a competition standpoint, we're different because I don't care if mommy and daddy has $1 million in the bank, they cannot buy your way onto a team. You have to earn you could say, I'll give you $1,000. I'll triple registration. I don't care. I'm not doing it. We're not doing it. We're going to evaluate each age group in each region and make sure we put the kids that deserve to be on the team on the team. And yes, I will personally be at every single trial. It will almost kill me, but I will be I will be at every single trial. That's why we schedule the trials throughout the month of January. We
Yeah.
start we start January 3rd. We'll be in Virginia Beach, Virginia. January 4th, we're going back up north to Philly. January 10th, we come back to the University of Maryland. What's next? January 18th, we're in Pittsburgh. January 19th, we're in Harrisonburg, Virginia for the West trials. And then we finish up down south 25th with Miss Monica in Camden outside of Columbia. And then last but not least, Johnson C. Smith on the 26th. So with all that being said, we're looking for the top 30 athletes in every single region, right?
I think, yeah, I don't say, and that's a decent number, especially when you talk about playing time and you talk about all stars and some kids getting some reps and things like that in there. Now, when you go to these tryouts, are you heavily involved, or you just you're there to kind of oversee and make sure what your vision is getting done?
So my staff know, the coordinators, the coaches, they know we Zoom, we meet all the time, probably too much. I get on their nerves. So we'll have a trial structure that we run. And my job is, like Miss Monica and the other coordinators, is to actually evaluate the kids,
Right.
because coaches are going to come in with the mindset of certain kids, and that's understandable. I get it. Some kids, they may be on their team, things like that, but we're going to be watching all kids, taking notes, and make sure the right kids are going to be selected. It's going to be some difficult decisions. I know that now, especially
Yeah.
in the low country and down there in the South, where we got tons and tons of talented athletes. So if a kid don't make it this year, now he has something to shoot for next year. Hey, Dad, Mom, I didn't make the All-Star game. Maybe I need to work on my craft a little more. Maybe I need to do this. And so maybe it provides the inspiration that takes them to the next level and get them ready. So as far as playing time, you mentioned, so we have, for example, we have two quarterbacks, an athlete, 4 running backs, 6 O linemen, 6 D linemen, so on and so forth. So each kid is going to try out for one position. We know there's dogs out there that play multiple positions, but
Right.
each kid is going to try out for one offense or defensive position. So therefore, if it's 30 kids, everybody starts.
Right.
Everybody's a starter on one side of the ball or another, right? And if you've shown the coach that you deserve it, you'll be able to play on both sides of the ball, right? But we're going to make sure that, we have our game high school rules as far as the time and the clock. So the games are going to last at least an hour and a half. So we have enough clock that everybody has the opportunity to showcase their talent. And speaking of showcasing their talent, one thing we do a little unique from other All-Star games, we stream our games to our network.
Right.
Right? A lot of people may not know me, especially down south, but my network is high school coaches, college coaches, and whoever else. Right? So we've had kids that has participated in our events and our games that right now are some of the top running backs in the nation right now, top pass rushers in the nation, playing at different universities. So even though we've only in year 3, but other events that we've done, we have kids that's gone on to be successful. We have kids that play for us that's getting offers. So we had kids that played in the game last year in the 12U. They were playing 12 or under. Now they're 8th grade. They're starting to receive offers, right? We don't make any athletes. We don't take credit for any athletes. We just provide the platform. We provide the platform so they can shine. And we just trying to magnify them and let them shine as big as they can.
There you go. Because that was one of the biggest things, right? Parents, their biggest fear is taking their child to one of these events. And you answered that question already. To a parent's biggest fear is, hey, we're spending all this money, we're going to this place we've probably never been, or maybe we have been, but
Yeah.
playing time. Everybody figures it's almost pay to play on some things, and be honest, it kind of sort of is. But if your child can make the roster, can make that 30-man roster, then there's your opportunity. If you already made that roster, you're almost guaranteed, from what Coach Radcliffe is saying, is you're going to get some PT.
You're gonna
Put
be a
in that
start. You're
extra
gonna be a
work.
starter on either side of the ball. Whatever position you sign up for, you're going to be a starter, right?
There you go.
And so, just talk about some prices, because people try to not talk about it and run away from it. We face it head on. It's $25 for the trials. If you pre-register online for the trials, if you walk up and make us do more work, we're going to charge you $35 for the trials, right? Because everything is going to be computerized. We're going to have our laptops out there. There's no pen and paper. We're gonna do everything smooth. And once you go onto our website, you'll be able to upload a picture of your athlete, which if they make the team, that picture will be their player's card. So you get to choose what picture you want on your player card. So you actually create a profile once you go in there to register. Now, once you're selected for the team, the registration for it is $300, right? So a couple of things about that. We split we allow parents to split it up into two payments, 150 now, 150 later. Also, we have a built-in fundraiser, Professor, that we do, right?
Okay.
And Miss Monica be calling you to ask you to buy some raffle tickets, right?
I got you.
So we listen, we threw it up against the board. Last year, we raffled off a Xbox and a big screen TV. Everybody loved it, right?
Yeah.
So I thought I was cooking with grease. So I'm like, yeah, this year we're gonna do Redskin tickets, and we're gonna do a PlayStation this year. They like, nah, people want cash. I said, hey. So this year we're raffling off a $500 gift card, a $250 gift card, and a $150 gift card. So if you buy one $10 ticket, you're in the drawing for all of them, right? So once if a parent is looking for relief with the registration, they can go out and sell raffle tickets and pay for their whole registration.
Yeah.
Period. And not spend a dime. We had a lot of families last year was like, hey, this is a great idea of this raffle. Like we opened the raffle like on a Monday. They were calling me on Wednesday, like, where did we turn in the money? Like, this was a great idea. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah, because everybody they want to be in that drawing for those gift cards. And we do the drawing live at the halftime of the mom's flag football game. So ain't no funny business. We have one of our team moms reach into the bag, pull out a name, and that person wins for the 150. Pull out another name, that person wins for the 250. Pull out another name, that person wins for the 500, and they get their money. And all the time they donated to a potential superstar in the making, because they're all stars. They made the team, so they're probably good quality kids. Say they've donated to them into a good thing, and so these kids can go up here and experience something a little different, like feeling like if you ask. So last year, Miss Monica was a parent. Her son just played in the game.
Right.
She wasn't a coordinator. She wasn't on the back end. So she came up here and let her tell you about her experience and why she's in the position she's in today.
There you go. That's a definitely good lead. Monica, how was your experience for the first year at Gridiron last year?
We were at the St. James.
There you go.
We were at the St. James facility in Northern Virginia, and I've never seen a facility like that before. So just the experience of the facility, it was completely indoor, turf, but the facility had basketball courts, Olympic size pools, skating rinks for hockey, NHL eligible hockey fit. Like everything was laid out. But what was more important was the kids took center. So at the very beginning, the kids were announced by age group. It's like a mini press conference kind of like feel to it.
Media day, media day.
All yeah, media day, right? They're all stars, so they're recognized as such. And then once the teams got together, they were able to go down and go live with like a on hand interview. But it really didn't take long for the coaches and the kids to come together, even though everybody came from different corners of everywhere.
Right.
And then once the gameplay happened, I mean, the gameplay was amazing as well. I mean, you could tell the regions who had the coaches that had the dogs that came out with them. And South region, we held our own, but there was room for us to do more if we got some more studs. So when the event was over, I reached out directly to Ratcliffe and I said, Coach, can I provide some feedback? And he answered and he listened and we talked a little bit more. So when the opportunity came up, I was like, well, however I can get on board and help out, let me get on board and help out. And so that's how I got here. But I'm eternally grateful for Coach for having this confidence in me. And just trying to get my athletes and all the other athletes that I can touch to the next level of play, but to a next level of thought and process. And I think Coach brings that to the table with his event.
Good deal. Good deal. How did your child like the event, Monica? Did they talk much about it after? Or was it something that they enjoyed? They wish they can go back to again?
Radcliffe's event actually made TJ want to work harder.
Okay.
Because we had already attended a previous event, and he was already, grinding. But when we got to Ratcliffe's event, we was like, listen, you now you see everybody out here is working where they are. How much more work do you want to do? As soon as we got back to Florence, he hit it. And
Yeah.
that was in the middle of doing football and baseball at the same time. So that when it came time for next time for tryouts, he should be ready. And he's already proven that he stepped up in that way. So it's programs like Ratcliffe's that allow them to actually see themselves outside of their orgs that allows them to see how that competition plays out and how much more work they have to do. My kid chose to respond, and most of the kids that will participate in something like this will respond when they get home and say, well, I didn't do that well, but I can do better. And that was the encouragement that I needed, and it was well worth all the money to see that investment come out of my son when that was over.
There you go. So that leads more to, again, individual accolades. All right. So student athletes, parents, if you're out there, you're watching, you're listening, we are now talking to the founder of Gridiron Classic, year number 3 coming up, none other than Ratcliffe Thomas, along with the region. The region is not commissioner, it's the region
Coordinator.
region coordinator Monica White. You guys know her from 706. She keeps those guys in line. So I can almost attest to how this is going to run down here when it comes to the South. When it comes to the South, Monica's going to have that ship tight. I'm telling y'all right now. Don't think you're going to go over there with the yam talk because she knows her football. All right, she knows her football. So don't think you're going to come over there and just pull the wool over her eyes. She knows the offenses, the defenses, everything about it. Host ho- Go ahead. Oh, the host hotels. When it comes to hotels, people also they worry about the travel. They want to know if some of these things are already semi prearranged. Are there host hotels when it comes to Gridiron?
So yeah, so we got a host hotel that we're gonna have check-ins, the media day. They're gonna have like different setups there for the kids that they can do backdrops, taking pictures, things like that. So we have a host hotel, but we have so many people that we're gonna have probably 4 host hotels.
Woo!
I mean, because we have, like I said, it's 210 athletes from each region. That's 1,050 kids.
Yeah.
And then you got coaches and families. So we gotta accommodate them all. We just super excited that we found a spot in Virginia Beach. Even though the St. James was amazing last year,
Yeah.
the Virginia Beach complex is going to be better because first of all, they're going to have brand new turf down for us, right? And they got a beautiful stadium with a big screen, and they also got suites that you can rent while you're there. They got
Ooh-wee.
extra suites that you can rent and watch youth league football. And right across the street, we got a beautiful facility with 4 turf fields that they'll be rocking on Saturday, and to get those games, get them kids in there to, play some competitive football. So we're really excited, and we're thankful that the town of Virginia Beach and the Southeast region itself are hosting this year, and that's the plan. So for the year after 2026, are we going to still be in Virginia Beach? I don't know. Maybe we'll keep coming south. Maybe we'll go somewhere else. We'll see.
Ooh.
Right? We keep getting new regions. We keep getting new regions. We keep getting more interest from more people. I'm gonna put somebody's name out here. Maybe I shouldn't. James Ford, he does Titletown. Y'all seen that
Yeah.
on Facebook?
Yeah.
He has a big event this week. I spoke to him for like an hour. Great brother. He was like, bro, what you got going sound good. We want in. We want in. So now we got to make decisions. We just talked to a program from out of Memphis, Tennessee, right? They want in, but they say they're not going to wait. They're going to join the West this year.
Yeah.
They're coming from the West. And one thing why I'm talking about that, so if we got somebody from, say, Memphis, Tennessee, right, and they want to be part of the Gridiron Classic, but our closest trial is Harrisonburg, Virginia. We're not crazy to think that somebody's going to drive or fly for 9 hours or something to come to a trial.
Right.
So if we have coaches and eyes in that region and they submit film or go through the process of getting a trial waiver, we will grant a few kids that, hopefully a few special kids, the trial waiver, and then they can just travel up for the event and be part of it.
Wow.
So you gotta know, Professor, last year, our farthest kid north was Connecticut.
Yep.
Right? Our farthest kid south was Orlando, Florida. Those kids didn't come to trial. They got trial waivers, and they participated in the game.
Well, okay. All right. Yep. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that lets you know right then and there that you got to be looking out for the region coordinator closest to you, right? If you want to go with that. It makes a lot of sense to not being able to have to, a kid probably missing out that's all the way in Tennessee or, neighboring state. Georgia's not too far. But if it's something that you can't make, then I suggest you go through the process. Like, share, and follow Gridiron Classic and get some of that information.
With that being said, Professor, so if like we got a lot of kids that are on the border of the east, the southeast, the north, the west, they're right in between. They can go either way.
Right.
So we decided as a staff that this year we're not going to restrict anybody in any region to try out where you want to. Ooh. It's up to you and your family to say you want to drive 30 minutes left or 20 minutes right, wherever it may be. You can try for any region you want to. We're not going to restrict anybody, right? So parents out there, so if a coach calling you telling you you have to be on his team, it's not true. And call me and tell on him, I'll get him.
He tells right there. So that almost now I'm not gonna lie. Monica would know more about this. Now you talking about more of the what do they call it? The little transfer portal going on, and of course, Skyfa as part of the UIFL was originally thought of to be like a feeder program, but youth parents, you guys run youth sports across the board. Similar to what Coach Radcliffe just says, if you want to travel so far one way, that's kind of on you. If it's an extra fee over there, or your registration's a little bit higher, but you kind of believe more in those coaches than you do of the one that's down the street around the corner from you. I honestly feel like that is your decision. That's your decision to make. And now you have an all-star team that is telling you, an all-star creator that is telling you here in the Gridiron Classic that, okay, maybe if this one isn't a fit for you, maybe you should try out for another one. Now, I think, it's with everything going through and Coach Radcliffe saying he's going to be at the majority, if not every single one of these tryouts. And this is what he's saying, that I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, if you get cut from one, Can you try out for another one?
Absolutely, absolutely. So last year when we first, it was our first year in the South and our first year in the North, right? It was so
Right.
we were just getting going or whatever. But the East, it was our second year, and we had overflow in the East, right? So
Right.
we allowed kids that might not have made the teams in the East to play for other regions, right?
Uh,
So here's the thing. I really believe with the people that we have in place up north, Miss Monica down south, that we're not going to have any room for people um, from the east to play on any other from any like to play in any other regions. I truly believe that all teams will be full, right? Um, let's not kid ourselves. Youth football is very competitive.
yes.
So you're going to have coaches from one region calling players in another regions, hey, come play for me, right? And guess what? That's what a good coach does. He recruits.
Right.
He
Right.
recruits. And
Yeah.
like I said, it's strictly up to the family, the player, and the family. I'm not gonna call another. So a coordinator calling me, hey man, Monica's stealing my players. No, Monica not. Monica recruiting.
Right.
You better recruit.
Listen,
You, well,
all
I'm telling you,
all's
because
fair in love in youth football. All's fair in love in youth football. So listen,
absolutely,
you got
you know
you
for a
want,
fact,
you
right?
want
There's special kids out there. There's special kids. We got kids in DC that play for Rare Breed.
yeah. Ooh,
I
now
got another.
that
I got another one of my kids from Charlotte that played on the South All Star last year. He plays for Rare Breed.
I mean,
Is
if that's the only thing, if that's the one thing rolling, then you kind of got to go with what's moving. You know what I mean? If nobody else is moving, if they're moving a little funny on it. Now, the South and especially Charleston here in the Low Country, they are they have to warm up to things. They have to see that it works. They have to see that that is legit and it is what it is. Because you do have a lot of I don't want to call them pop-ups, but you do have a lot of all-star events. You do have a lot of showcases that come out and they're doing it different. They're doing it weird. They're doing it to where people, if you try to hear those parent confessions and listen to some of their complaints about it, that they're doing it a little bit backwards. And, maybe there's too many hiccups and things like that. So that's what makes people, I believe, down here in the South, makes them a little weary. They work hard for their money. If they're going to invest in their child to let their child have an experience, they want it to be an experience and not a total a sham or anything like that across the board. And I
so
think
so
that's where it goes.
so I say this,
Yeah.
professor. I say this. Call any parent, any of our 607 parents that participated last year, and ask them about their experience.
Yeah.
Right. And just like any other organization or any other program, you have your hiccups. We
Yes.
had hiccups. We had hiccups with the sweatsuits last year.
Right.
And guess what we did? We reimbursed everybody who didn't get what they was looking for. Period.
There you
No
go.
question. Listen, no questions,
Yeah,
no
got their
nothing.
money
Did
back.
it hurt? Absolutely. But it's not about that. I did so now it made me do a better job. It made Monica do a better. It made our coordinators, it made our leadership team do a better job to make sure that the vendors that we partner with,
Right.
they're legit. They do what they say they're gonna do, and everything is above board, right? So
Yeah.
I have the fullest confidence in our vendors this year. So much to say this. For our sweatsuits this year, which are absolute fire, the kids will be able to try them on at the trials. When they purchase a sweatsuit and they have already tried on and seen and everything, they felt the material, everything, they don't have to pay until they pick them up. So if they're not there, they don't pay anything.
Right.
That's how much
Right.
confidence.
Yeah. So
That's how much confidence we have in our vendor, bro.
there you
That
go.
is,
So, yeah, you never leave the church's money. Never leave the church's money on the table. Exactly. So once you've invested into it, that's exactly what you got to do. William Bell says the South is going to be heat this year. William, you in the gridiron? You going to try out for the South? Okay, the South
yeah,
region.
Coach Bell is what is he, Monica?
Mhm.
7U?
Yeah.
Yep.
Coach Bear.
Some of you
7U,
offensive coordinators,
7U.
Oh,
listen,
nephew didn't tell
listen,
me.
bro. Listen. We are recruiting the
Yeah.
best coaches. The only thing you could do is tell us no, right? Because if listen,
Yep.
if you don't come this year, your rival coach will.
Ah,
And he might at the end of the event, he might be walking away with your kids. Ain't none of my business. But what I'm saying is we don't advocate for anybody to steal anybody's kids at all. No, sir.
uh-oh. Corn
What I'm
Clinton,
saying is if a kid comes and plays with a coach and have a good experience, and that's what we aim for, right?
yeah,
So our dream coaching staff would be down there. We will have the Gators out of Spartan. We will have Fort, the Fort with William and them. We have all these teams, head coaches from every organization to
yeah.
have a dream coaching staff. That's what it's about. Like so our program essentially is bringing people together. We know we competitive when we see each other across the field and see each other at the 50. But for this event, we're bringing together that region. We want everybody to come together. And like you said, everybody's not going to have that mindset. And
Right.
Monica's been instructed, if they don't have that mindset, if they don't want to work with other coaches, we appreciate your time, sir. But you can see it on the live stream.
Hey, Corn Clemens says right off the rip, East Coast never, the East is never going to fold.
Yeah,
Golly.
so Corn up here in one of the East coordinators. So last year, and the East had the advantage because they're right here in the DMV, and they had more kids, and so the East sort of dominated the whole All-Star weekend last year. I'm going to say that, but let me tell you this: I'm going to be the first to go on record, Professor. There will be no region that dominates the tournament this year.
What?
None. Because listen, I have the opportunity to see the big picture and see the talent in all the regions. So
Yeah.
I know for a fact it's going to be some all-out wars, right?
Ooh-wee.
We're going down to nationals in a week or so, and we're still recruiting coaches, and we're still talking to teams. I'm still scouting kids. I don't only listen. I don't only recruit coaches. I recruit kids. If that
Yeah.
kid is guess what? I'm going straight to the parent.
Going,
Introduce myself.
going to get him. Going to get him. Now, look, Chris Morris
Mhm.
says the Queen things
Mhm.
is coming. I already know the Queen, Columbia Knights. Oh, excuse me.
Man, I know that. So
Sorry.
listen,
GVE in the
hey,
building.
Professor,
Yeah.
listen. Gridiron Classic are in them streets. I met Chris Morris when they came up here for the regionals. Columbia
Yes.
Knights. I watched them play.
Yep.
So I'm saying, so we're not just popping up having trials. No, I've been scouting kids already. So I got a couple of kids that quote unquote penciled in. I'm expecting them to come in and perform well. You know what I
All
mean?
right. Roderick Holloway asked, is the region split by where you live or where your football team is from? All right, so there's 5 regions, Roderick. Okay, I'm gonna break it down to you. Now, some of these you might want to, for more information, you go like, share, and follow Gridiron Classic on Facebook. All right, they have some more information right now. The regions are split in 5. We talked about a couple of them: north, east, south, southeast, and west. Now, North Carolina, South Carolina, heavy. All right, they're
All the way
heavier.
down, all the
You
way
have
down.
some.
Yep.
You have some Georgia, and you have down to Florida. All right. So wherever the nearest. All right. Make sure you go over, do your due diligence, find out where your nearest region is, and like Coach Ratcliffe just says, if there is not a coordinator in the area where you live, you can submit video and possibly get invited or get picked to come play
Trial waiver.
on
Yep.
your nearest region or the region of your choice, if you will, to let your child get in on the games. Uh, it said West 11U is going to be fire, coming from Kevin Brewster. That 11U something, Kev? Listen, I kind of believe I don't never want to as a announcer myself. Never want to get into a game to where it's just somebody's getting blown out. If it's a down to the wire, got me with goosebumps, I am so involved in that game. The great thing about me is I don't have a dog in the fight. I just want to come out there and see some
Mhm.
great games. So I'm pretty sure Gridiron Classic will be nothing less of. All right. So we'll see. You heard the first prediction here. I'm gonna bring Ratcliffe back after the games and everything is done. And we're gonna talk about how everything went. Uh we West region, and we standing on it, says Roderick. All right, all right, all right. The North and the West already arguing and fussing about it. But as myself, of course, being in the South now, but actually from up top, I think if the South gets involved, um, and again, ladies and gentlemen, these are your decisions. It's not a make or break type deal. Coach Radcliffe, Monica won't take it personal. If it's something that's just not for you, it's just not for you. Again, the numbers have been put out there already. He's not afraid to talk about the numbers. So we say $25 for a tryout. $35 for a walk-in. Okay, try out for the $25. You have to pre-register. Make sure you go in, you pre-register, get some of the information. You see the flyers going around. There's an email connected with it. If not, you can contact Miss Monica White. All right, via Facebook. You can come through us if you can't get in
Mhm.
contact with her. We'll make sure that you guys get in touch. Um, $300 registration fee in total. Now, I get it. Everybody's had those hard times, but Gridiron Classic is more than happy to work with you to split it. Okay, make it maybe a early Christmas gift. Also, they're doing raffles. Ways to try to help you make money so you can get in that situation and be successful and take your child on this trip. Now, being that the games will be in Virginia Beach, you must think planning and travel and little things like that. But host hotels, they're stretching. They're stretching. All right, they got so many people here on year number 3 that they're almost have to stretch it out a little bit and might have to put you in 2 different areas. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to media day and things like that, they'll invite you to one spot in particular and get your media coverage and all that stuff done.
Mhm.
Uh, Roderick says, I'm from DC, but we in West Virginia now, so that's where we putting it on from. Okay, Roderick. All right. Out in West Virginia doing your thing. I feel you. I feel you. So we've asked a lot of those questions, right? We ask a lot of those questions about what makes them different, what makes them, the one to want to go to. Competition is something that you're going to find a little bit of everywhere. Where do you find it most? What's going to be that iron sharpens iron moment to where your youth student athlete goes out and puts on the best
Mhm.
performance that they can put on? That choice is up to you. Is it Gridiron Classic? Is it something else? We don't know. But only way you can find out, the only way you can find out is taking a chance on it and seeing if it's for you. Again, do your due diligence. It might not be a right fit for you, and heck, it might not be a good fit for Gridiron to bring you along. So it's just that simple, right? You got your tryouts you can go to. Camden, South Carolina. They're coming down
Mhm.
here on January 25th from 12 to 3. Camden Youth Sports Complex, home of the Bulldogs and Camden Youth Bulldogs, of course. Almost been my home all season, but I digress. I love it out there. Then they're coming to Charlotte on the 26th. The very next day, they're going to Charlotte from 1 to 4 at John C. Smith Stadium. Come on, man. Hey, listen. Some of these places already make you think like you're on high alert. So you get a chance to go out there,
Mhm.
try on some of the sweatsuits, try out for the team. If you make it, hey, it's a perfect fit. We already got your size, and you're halfway in there. All right. Let's
Mhm.
see. He said, Chris Morris says, you already know South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida all together. Ooh-wee. Come on now. That's going to have to be a split up. Not fair. No, not fair at all. If you go get, if Chris, you ain't never lied. If they can just let it go, huh? I think I better let it go. Let it
And
go.
so
And
so
let
so
those
listen,
kids
Professor,
go out there,
listen.
go out there and get coached up. There is no way that you can put Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina with a sprinkle of Florida in there for the South region. Man, I
Hey,
promise
hey,
you, if
hey,
y'all don't make it, I'm coming up there myself.
Professor, it's coming, bro. I'm telling you,
Ooh.
we getting calls every single day. It is
Listen,
coming.
if you
It's
bring
coming,
if you
bro.
bring Monica, I tell you, I already got respect for you. I give you your flowers every time I see you, and even when I'm speaking to you. If you pull them states together, you ain't gonna hear a peep from me, because I tell you that would be something
So
tough if you get all of them together, because that's a dog fight ahead. I'm telling you, I got love for the North. I got love for the boys in VA. I got people up there. My man Samson, the bad guy. My man Coach Twilight, Coach Tony up there. I love y'all, man. Y'all know it's horsemen. I'm a horseman, but man, ain't no way in heck y'all gonna see the South if they pull all them together.
Hey,
Ain't no
Professor.
way.
So Professor. So we just said Monica's flying down to a tournament. I'm not sure which one she's going to, but I'm going. to battle for the
Okay.
championship dates Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to AYF for the rest of the week.
Ooh, down in
What
Florida,
you,
yes, sir.
what you think we doing there, bro? Why you think we going there?
Ooh, wait.
Why do you think we're going there?
I think
We're going. Listen to me. We're not only looking for the best kids. We're looking for the best orgs, the best coaches, the best kids, and from everywhere, right?
right,
So listen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this. A couple years back, we couldn't afford the professor to come up. We're gonna
right.
get the professor. We're gonna get the professor to come up this year. So the professor, listen. So the professor can see for himself what it really is, and you're gonna say, "Bro, this is crazy." The environment is crazy. The gifts you're giving the kids is crazy. The competition is crazy, and I'm standing on it. If somebody come and say this ain't what I thought it was, I'm almost willing to say I'll give you a refund. That's it. I'm not going to say that, but I
No,
almost feel
I'm,
like that.
I'm
You know
about to
what I mean?
say, be easy. Be
Yeah,
easy.
I
Be
gotta be
easy.
careful. I gotta be careful with that.
Be real careful. They gonna rewind it. They love making clips and memes out of my show.
Yeah,
Monica will tell you they love making clips out of my show. So
I'm
don't do that. Don't do that.
so the thing is, right? I was a professional athlete for 5 years with the Panthers, with the Colts, and I know what it means to be treated like a professional athlete.
Yeah.
And I let my management staff know to instruct our coaches, our team moms, everybody. We want to treat these kids like professional athletes for the weekend. That's our goal, to
Yeah.
make them feel like that. So now when they go play that big game in high school, they already been in the big game.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Right.
Right.
When they get that scholarship to college, they be like, I know bro over there. We played together in the Gridiron back in the day. You
Creating
know what I
memory,
mean?
creating memories in these type of games, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you, I've been to a few of them. There is nothing like seeing those kids become close, whether they follow each other on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. It doesn't matter. And every year they keep going back. Every year you as a family, you keep going back. Now you create a little bit of a bond, right? Your child and their child have now played in this Gridiron Classic ever since 7 years old. And here they are, 13. You're probably not going to see this family anymore. And now it became a moment, right? Now it became a moment. So I kind of definitely get that. I definitely get that.
Absolutely. Man. Yep.
So is this true? You can have four teams in each age grad in each excuse me. You can have four teams in each age bracket from the South alone.
Well, I say this, that we've had questions, right? When we say, okay, just use the East for example. We probably have 100-something kids for a particular age group.
Right.
So the coaches have already been asking, can we have
Two, two or three
can we
teams.
have East 9-1 and East 9A and East 9B? Can we
Right.
do it? Anything is possible.
Right.
Anything is possible. We'll keep the structure we got for now, but as we see it, as we grow, we'll restructure and we'll get more kids involved.
Right.
But we don't want to get more kids involved to have more registrations. That's not the goal. We want to get more kids involved if the talent is there.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Right, but if you keep doing that, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta. I'm not trying to, I know you understand what he's saying, but the more you keep stretching it out, all right, then now you become the ridiculed of you're in it for the money. Now you're in it for the wrong reasons and all that stuff, right? That's what we say as parents. Oh, you're just doing it and just add it on there. If it's about the competition, if it's about the student athletes and making them better, and that, again, iron sharpening iron, you go with your top 30. And unfortunately, out of 107 kids, I have taken my top 30 and I'm running what I brung. You had a perfect selection. Out of 107, you get to pick 30, and you can't go get 30 of them top dogs. Well, I'm gonna talk to
Professor,
your regional coordinator.
I'm honest with my parents. If I get a call from a parent and they want to bring their kids to trials, anybody's welcome to come to trials, right? Because you never know what someone may do. But if your child did not start on your team, it's going to be difficult. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be difficult. And everybody wants to live that dream of being a great athlete, and I get it. And every kid has the capability of doing it. You never know when that light might go on. But like listen to me, these 7, 8, 9-year-olds, these kids are they're ready, man. Listen, man, listen, I'll give you that 9U bracket in every region. That 9U bracket
is lit.
Oh my God.
Lit. Because that was going to be another question. I actually did have that question down here for the ones who may not start during the season. Now, let's just say they got just one of those teams. Let's just say they have one of those teams that's just, man, it's just hard. Like, they're all dogs and they're all right in mind. But this child probably didn't start. Got some playing time, did very, very well, but just wasn't a starter. Is it impossible for him to get in?
Absolutely not. Listen. Just like the NFL Combine, right? A person goes into the Combine, they're projected as the number 1 draft pick. Another person might be projected as a free agent. He come in there, he run 4.3. His stock just went up.
Yeah.
This is how we're evaluating those kids. Period. Yeah. And listen, if a kid has a great tryout, and listen, I've been watching the Low Country. I've been watching, like, that's why I'm going to AYF. These kids are not new to me.
Right.
I know the Shaqs and the running back in North Carolina. I know the Hawk and Shaw. I know these kids. I've been watching these kids. And like everybody says, when parents post their kids on social media, they just showing off. No, listen, post your kids.
Of course.
They're getting attention from people like myself that put them on platforms that prepare their career.
Right.
Don't worry about what people talk about. Post them videos. We always tell them in our group, post your videos. So if your child is coming to the trial and you done put 5 videos of him breaking 80-yard runs, we looking for him. Look, our coordinators and coaches want him on the team.
Listen, and believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, in our group, in DMV Gridiron Classic All-Star Weekend, in the group, post your videos. You might be doing your child, you know what I'm saying, some service. Post them videos.
Might not even have to go to a tryout. Can skip right on through.
Man, listen.
Come get your walk-up papers.
Hey, if one of them kids do that move Saquon Barkley did, he ain't got to do nothing but sign his name. We're going to send him a contract.
Hold on now. Hold on. Because Monica, see how quick he talked? Now, it did happen. It did happen just 2 weeks ago. It did happen when the young man from Capital City Ravens
2 weeks ago.
Cleared.
Oh, no. Listen. I done seen a couple kids, hurdle kids this year. No, I'm saying Saquon Barkley. He jumped over the dude backwards. Yeah, he jumped over backwards.
They talk about he didn't even know he was going to do that. It's like his spidey sense kicked in. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, of course. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now joining us and you want some more information, you can go back, rewind the show. We talked about a lot of stuff in just a little bit of a time, but it's a lot of information to take in, right? Gridiron Classic, again. Coaches, you're looking to get in, especially here down in the South. Please get with Monica White. She is the South Region Coordinator. You see, Coach William Bell already has his hat inside the ring with the 7U offensive coordinator. Very, very well mannered man. That's to me, William Bell is family to me. He's been following me. I've been following him just as long. So I'm kind of excited for him to see what he's going to bring to the table when it comes to Gridiron.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a player that is out there, don't forget January 25th and 26th. Tryouts are coming. The closest is Camden, South Carolina. All right, Camden Youth Sports Complex. $25 tryout, $35 walk in, or you could possibly, if you cannot make it and you know your child is Himothy, okay, you know your child is Himothy, send your videos. All right, we'll be posting some more stuff up here. Of course, we'll be talking to Coach Radcliffe a little bit more as this thing progresses and it goes on, and as some names, hopefully, right, your child, your student athlete's name gets thrown in the mix. So we might come back again later on, right, and talk about, hey, how's it going? How's the recruiting? How's the numbers looking? We'll check in with Monica White from time to time. Who knows, she's family. That's 706. I rolled with 706 ever since I probably started announcing. One of the first teams I met at SC Sunday Showcase back in the day, ran by Mook Keenan. So I've been with a lot of those coaches a while. Oh, you already know, nephew. You already know how we get down, William Bell. You already know. Appreciate you. But it's going to be interesting. So if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, please make sure that you go like, share, follow Gridiron Classic. This is year number 3. So be reminded, All Stars showcases, they're going to have some slight hiccups. The factor is with the people that are throwing these events, how quick can you go and get that fire put out? All right. If it's something minor, it's all about, I'm always a person, you guys know me. If you guys met me, you see me on the show, you think it's one thing. You see me on the live stream, you think it's another. You see me in person with no cameras and nothing on, I'm just the average guy. I'm just the average man. The way you approach me is the same love I'm going to give you right back. So if you have issues with something, ladies and gentlemen, this is just for anybody going anywhere. Make sure how you approach it is professional, and that person should give you that same courtesy back. Now, if they don't give you that same courtesy back, well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But until then, make sure you keep yourself professional as a parent. Approach the coordinators, whoever's running the event, the founders, if you will, with a professional manner about your issue. Let's see how they handle it. Do they take care of it right away? Do they ignore you? Do you not get any response at all? Is it all about phone calls and emails? I think that's kind of what makes it. So yes, Coach Radcliffe said it. You're gonna have kinks. You're gonna have bumps in the road. You're gonna have potholes. We're from South Carolina. We know all about that. So how do you move around it? You start to memorize where they're at, and you don't go that same road twice, right? So we'll see how you guys. We'll see how you guys take into it. The South Region ran by none other than our very own coordinator, Miss Monica White, the director. Also, so she got plenty of hats: mom, wife, director, coordinator, just all, just a little bit of everything. But she wears them well. I seen Monica again. I just met her. Seen Monica again just a few weeks back, and I mean military style. Discipline was right there. Those kids, they was quiet. They shut it down. It was an 8U group. They can get a little rowdy, but she kept them in order. So we kind of expect the same thing. All right. Direct all questions to her if you're here in the South region. If you're in an area to where you're listening to me, you're listening to the show, and you don't know if you have somebody around you or a coordinator around you, reach out to Gridiron Classic here on via Facebook. All platforms. I believe you guys got IG. You guys got a little bit of everything. Twitter and all that stuff going on. Reach out to Gridiron Classic. All right, like, share, follow. Put that stuff out there. Ask those questions. Somebody will get back to you. Okay? Find out what region you're in. What's closest to you. You may not have a chance to make it there, but like they said last year, kids put in videos. Parents get videos together, put that stuff in. Hey, you get to pick a region. Whatever region you want to be on, whatever's closer to you, this is what's going on such and such time. And there it goes. There it goes. Well, hey, listen, first of all, thank you all both. Thank you both for coming out and bringing the Gridiron Classic a little bit further down south. Radcliffe, you and I did talk last year. It didn't come as far. It didn't come as far as you wanted to, but I'm glad to see the growth, and I'm glad to see it spreading and doing great things, man. So we hopefully we link up. Appreciate you all. I know my linebacker from the mountains, ready to rep for the West, 11U again. So you got people that's
Hey,
coming back.
Professor, listen, that's a
Yeah,
good example right there. LJ Knight, listen, his son, he posts videos of his son knocking the smoke off people. So we already know. And when we go to the 11U trial, we looking for him. We looking for his son. You know what I mean? So that just tells you, hey, put your kids out there. Be proud
definitely.
of them and you know, award them and you know, put them out there.
There you go. So you got to know, also, ladies and gentlemen, PHCU Sports, we follow Gridiron Class. So whatever they post, we repost. We're following each other. So you never know, right? When Coach Radcliffe might turn around and just see a post on PHCU Sports and say, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Watch that bad boy again. Watch out for some of those Skybox Bully MVPs and things like that. And he might ask some questions about it or reach out to the parent. You know, we never put their full names out there, but if he sees the org, if I'm tagging the org, he's reaching out to you. Don't be surprised if you get that phone call. Holly says, that's right, the West is coming. 13, you know. Already. They on there, man. They on there. They're excited about what's coming. And so are we, especially when it comes to the South. We're really reserved. We just kind of, you know, we're a sandbox type place. We just kind of like we're comfortable in our sandbox. But some of these guys, man, they got to get out. They got to get out. I've seen some of these kids play. Monica, you've seen some of these kids play. You guys got to get out of it. Go see for yourself type deal. Get with a coach you haven't coached with before. You're worried about, you know, another coach stealing your way that might be in your region. Your coach might not even make the regional coach, you know, so you know, you still want to get that opportunity to go out there. You might learn something a little bit different. They might hone in on that one thing that you're doing wrong or you know, just doing wrong and try to make you better, right? So take that advantage.
So
My
so
God.
real quick, Professor. So in the next couple of weeks, we know people got nationals. They're gearing up for that. We don't want to disturb what you know your normal org
Of
is
course.
doing. So we're still gonna you know leave the coaching like gathering coaches open for a couple more weeks. So listen, reach out to your regional coordinator, reach out to myself if you believe you got what it takes to be an all-star coach in Gridiron Classic. Now, anybody that reaches out, that doesn't necessarily mean we accept them as a coach,
Right.
right? We talked about earlier that we vet our coaches. You know what I mean? Listen, to each his own, right? To each his own. But if some coaches come around kids smelling like the funny stuff
Yeah.
or whatever, don't call me.
Right.
I'm sorry, bruh, do your thing, but don't call me.
Right.
Those type of things we're not about, right? We're gonna run a class operation and be a class act. So we're looking for and trying to connect with the best coaches, you know what I mean, all from all different regions. Find out, like Professor said, find out who your regional coordinator is, reach out. If you can't, reach out to myself. You know, so we're just excited. We're excited to get this All-Star weekend going. We got a whole new event staff that's putting together a wonderful weekend. Like I took myself out of that.
Yeah.
I want to focus on football and focus on the kids. So we got an event staff that, you know, shout out to Raven, shout out to Cherie, shout out to Erica, shout out to all those young ladies that are putting together a great weekend so the kids feel special, have that great experience. Right now, I can focus on football and scouting football. So when I do have those conversations with my network about kids, I've really seen these kids. I've really scouted these kids. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about, man. Again, you know, I know you run this all the time. I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your platform with Monica and myself and having us come on and maybe having this conversation. The South feels like they know the Gridiron Classic a little more. If you can't trust me, you definitely can trust Monica.
Well, listen, hey, we thank y'all for coming out and spreading the word. Monica, any last words? Turn your mic on.
I want those coaches. I want those athletes. Bring
There
them.
you go.
Come on. Yeah, I want the coaches and I want the athletes. The South is going to show up and pull off with
I
everything.
know
That's my
that's right.
plan. That's what I want.
There you go. So y'all already know what it is, man. Get in touch, ask the questions. If I didn't ask a question tonight that you have in mind, make sure you write it down. You guys know how we go. We sometimes tend to forget. We'll get wrapped in another conversation. Write the questions down. Email. Hit them on Facebook. Whatever you feel the need best to put everything out there so you can get all the information. Do your due diligence. Make sure it's going to fit you. Make sure it's going to fit your budget. Make sure it's going to fit your travel plans when they give you all the information right up front, just like you did today. You don't know what we did? Hit rewind, go back and check it again. Ratcliffe Thomas, Monica White, Gridiron. We're talking about the South region, talking about all regions, but you know me, I'll be more impartial to that South, that dirty. All right? Yeah, man, we on it. Big South. All right, Big South. William Bell's already. Listen, y'all gonna have a hard time taming that one. Y'all gonna have a hard time taming that one, man. He's about to go off. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. And make sure, Ratcliffe, you know we've always had conversations, man. Whenever you're ready to come back.
Absolutely. We're going to talk, bro. We're going to talk. We try to get you up there.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right,
Thank
ladies
you,
and gentlemen.
Professor.
Well, there you heard it. Right? Straight out from them. Y'all know what it is. Right? Gridiron Classic going down, coming to Camden, South Carolina, along with Charlotte. We'll see what it do. Well, that's about almost our time. I know you guys want to hear about these games and how everything went down this past weekend. It was the Skyfa Super Bowl. The Skyfa Super Bowl went down this past weekend, and oh my goodness, there were some games. There's some good games, man. Golly. If you don't know, you live under a rock somewhere from the low country or here in the state of South Carolina and following Skyfa, it went down a little something like this. FCS, Holly Hill Hawks took the 10U. Congratulations, Hawks. Way to go. Heard you guys balled out. I showed up just a little bit after. Commish called me up, said, come on, man. Definitely, we need you. We need you to fill in, do some things. So we went out there and we had a ball. Then Fort Dorchester's 12U over the Capital City Ravens. Good game. When I got there, it was about second quarter. Moving on to halftime, we got to see some of the third quarter and fourth quarter at the end. Definitely off the chain. Got right down to the last couple minutes, and yeah, it went a little left for the Capital City Ravens. Penalty after penalty after penalty drove them from Fort's 40 all the way back to their 40. And these, no bueno. Went for the punt, and then can you say some of these penalties? So I want to call them phantom. I don't want to call them phantom penalties, but golly, man, for false starts, man, they had to been really nitpicky, or these guys are just really excited. I don't know. I can't really see them being that undisciplined. No team 12U being like that. So I saw a couple of them. A couple of them were like, yeah, but then a couple other penalties came in behind it, one after the other. It just didn't really look good for them. Got the block punt. Patriots get the ball back with just, I think, about 29 or 30 seconds remaining in the game, come in with the touchdown. Great strategy by Fort Dorchester on when to call the timeout, because we were up there hollering with a minute 20 to call timeout. Listen, those coaches, man, they must have been cool as a cucumber down there, because me and Naz was up there going crazy about calling the timeout. He called it at the right time. Everything worked out for him. Congratulations to all teams. One heck of a game. Then Berkeley over Demon Elite, 28-6 on the 6U division. That's 6U. Listen, hey, Berkeley, you guys are listening. Please find me number 21. I believe that was his number. The way that kid was blocking, I had the commissioner next to me and told him, watch that kid for the next 2 or 3 plays. You talk about locking in. That young man, I'll tell you, I watched the game different. You guys think I'm not watching, I'm not paying attention. I saw the kid. Number 21, Berkeley. You're off the chain, dog. You're a dog. And I love the way that you were blocking. And not many people will tell you that. I'm here to tell you that. That was one heck of a job that you did for your teammates that day, that night. I'm pretty sure you've been doing it all season. I haven't seen you guys all season. Seen you a couple times. Very impressed, 6U, Berkeley, and congratulations. Then we moved on to the 8U. Berkeley took the win 16-6. Berkeley walking away with not one, but two. Two of them things. Two of them things. Then we moved on to the FBS. All right, so of course, FCS Division 2, FBS Division 1. Yeah, see you made that. Oh my God. Listen. Wade. Now you know what I'm talking about, right? You go back, watch any film. So if I'm lying, I'm flying. How'd I know the number? How'd I know? I didn't know his name, but we don't put the name out there. That kid, I like that kid. I owe that kid some. I hope I see that kid again. And if I ever have my backpack with me, you better tell him come see me because I got some helmet stickers for him. I saw what he did, Wade. I saw what he did. I'm telling you, I've been watching all the games and I've been watching all the players. That kid stood out to me, man, because not once, not twice, but 3 to 4 times that kid locked in and made some key blocks that made a big difference in that game. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I pointed him out to the commissioner. He watched him about 2 or 3 plays in a row. It was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. I've been watching that kid for like last couple series, and that's what he's been doing the whole time. I mean, driving. You talk about putting him back, giving him back to his mama type deal. All right. Then we move on to the FBS. Fort Dorchester, 6U over the Upstate Titans. Then we move to the 8U, where the Titans beat Cane Bay 22-12 in a decent game. Don't let the score fool you. Kind of got away from Cane Bay at the end. Hard for either team at first to start moving the ball. But Cane Bay is definitely worthy of a big, huge salute. All right, my man Rodney, real solid dude, man. You know, he probably, I think, Rodney, just for you to make it up there, big dog, congratulations. Can't nobody down here say nothing less about your AU. You know, if you talk about state, that's one thing. You guys won the lower state, congratulations. But I still think you guys put on one heck of a performance all season long. Then the 10U, NC Raiders versus Capital City Vipers. I like the Vipers. Didn't really see it going that way. Thought it'd been a heck of a lot closer. NC Raiders do what the NC Raiders do. All right, and that's straight bully ball. They played and balled out. So congratulations to the NC Raiders taking the win of the 10U. Then we moved on to the 12U. Fort Dorchester. National champs came in and took on Flowtown Elite Phoenix. 48-8 was the score. Not really too much to really talk about. The controversy stuff, not going to get into. I have too much respect for both teams. Flowtown, especially seeing them a couple times this year. Real solid org, real solid group. You know, and I think that they're going to bounce back from whatever, and they'll be back again. You're going to hear their names again. In one division or another, or age group or another, they'll be good. You know what I mean? Yeah, still, hey, there you go. Hey, you got to be proud of him, Will. You got to be proud of him, man. That cat, listen, he came along, he's growing, right? It's the growth that we see in Rod. He's still a trip. When he's off camera, when it's just him and the fellas, he's still a trip, man. He's still solid. But mad salute to my man Rodney Allen for doing his thing, man. I know Tommy likes him, or else Tommy wouldn't be rocking with him, right? Tommy wouldn't be rocking with him. The OG, the sensei himself. He wouldn't be rocking with him if he didn't believe in him. So he believed in him, and he got out there and performed. You know, some little small stuff, Rodney. We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about it. That's a one-on-one conversation. But I liked everything I saw. Came up and saw us after and was just doing his thing. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Rodney already knows what time it is, man. He already knows what time it is. Good peoples. Good peoples. That's how the games went down. Now we get ready to travel once again. Some events coming up here pretty soon. Don't forget, we have the Palmetto I-20 Classic, right? Palmetto I-20 and the Palmetto I-26 Classic coming down here to the Low Country. Huh? Can you believe that? Woo-wee! They traveling. It's the I-20 series and the I-26. Most definitely been locked in since we started this coaching. Much respect, bro. Of course. That's exactly how they get down. That's exactly how they get down. All right. So listen, that's what's happening. Don't forget, I will be traveling December 7th, December 8th, going to York, South Carolina. It is a team, FBU, South Carolina team. Be going up to York, battling it out. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a ball. 6th, 7th, 8th graders, they all coming out there, man. All right. Then we turn around, we come back from that. Then we travel once again. Diamond Sports Group. All right, towards right there, bringing them almost close, bringing in the new year with Diamond Sports Group. We'll be traveling out there, having a ball, doing our thing in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. All right, literally having a ball. We're gonna be balling. We're gonna see what these dogs are all about, man. Everybody's got the all stars. We got some showcases. We got stuff. We told y'all we wanted to get back out there and see what was going on and come bring the word back to you. It sounds like some of that's gonna happen. Some of that's going to happen. You're going to find out. You'll hear from me how it went. You'll see some of the pictures, some of the little quick films that I put in there. You know, we do the little documentary. Let some of the parents talk about it and find out what's happening with some of these showcases and all-stars and everything. Off season, there's no such thing. So buckle up. Hold on tight. PhD Youth Sports very own. The professor's going to bring it to you. All right, we got a couple lined up. We talked to Coach Ratcliffe tonight. Coach Monica was in the building. Got some information from the Gridiron Classic, year number 3. I remember when he first started it. Right, when I seen it, I knew the name, and of course, when I seen the face, I was like, man, I've talked to this brother on a couple of different occasions. I remember when he was just getting started, and now here we are, year number 3. Got to be doing something right, and the numbers are going up. So is the competition there? Is it all? If you guys been there before, make sure you put in. Put in. All right. Please announce tryout dates again for the Gridiron Classic before you head out. Oh, look at y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all put me back to work. All right, here we go. Once again, January 25th. All right, y'all writing this down? Yeah, y'all ain't writing it down. Go. Hurry up. I'm waiting. All right, January 25th. All right, from 12 to 3, Camden, South Carolina, Camden Youth Sports Complex. All right, you guys know where it's at. Down the street, right down the street from the high school stadium, excuse me. It's 26. Man, I forgot the address. As many times I've been there, it's listed in my truck. Whenever I just tap it, it's right there. All right, Camden Youth Sports Complex. All right, that's what's going down January 25th from 12 to 3. Registration for, tryout. Well, it is a registration. Tryouts is $25 to pre-sign. You got to sign up ahead of time. Get your child's name in there ahead of time. It's $25. You want to walk in? It's $35. Okay. Then they go to Charlotte, North Carolina, on the 26th from 1 to 4. So, good thing about this is, about these tryouts, one thing I did take in and one thing I liked about it is, okay, you're not close. Maybe you're not in that region, or for some reason, don't play lazy now. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, because I tell y'all, we all send in film. It's got to look crispy. All right, ain't nobody watching no fuzzy film trying to figure out who your child is and stuff like that. Make sure your stuff is legit. Okay, when you send the video, if you have to send a video in, make sure it's crystal clear. Nobody, just like myself, not watching fuzzy videos trying to figure out who your child is and see if he or she is a dog and can handle the heat of gridiron. They're going to pass you by. So if you can make it to the tryouts, I suggest you make it. Go see what the competition is like. Let your child get that experience of have to try out for their position. You never know how many kids are going to show up. Heck, it might only be 3 or 4. Might be 5 or 6. Might be 10 to 20. Where do you stand in that? Where do you stand in that 10 to 20? All right? You top 5 dead or alive? Huh? Or you just going to lay it down? That's up to you. That's up to you. January 25th, 26th is going down. Gridiron tryouts. 25th, Camden, South Carolina. Not too far from us. Right? You guys know this. An hour and a half. That's a jump. That's a little skip. Right up the highway. Or you can go to Charlotte the very next day from 1 to 4 at John C. Smith Stadium. Woo-hoo. Huh? That's where the ball is going to be at. All right? So y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you tune in. We'll share some more of that information, put all that stuff out there as we always welcome, Big Dog. Always welcome. All right, we'll put some more information out there. We'll see where we land. We don't know. Coach Radcliffe says we might have to have a conversation. We might be joining this party on some of these games. Huh? Like Stevie Wonder says, we gonna see. I'm PhD